Problem number 5. It is already asked in 2019 GTU question paper. The instruction is prove that I power I is equal to e raised to minus 4n plus 1 pi beta for n belongs to z. To prove this, again as we discussed yesterday, we use the log function. In given required result, we require n. N belongs to z. So when you need n, we have to use the general log technique. So solution. Suppose that z equal to I raised to I. Now to prove this, we'll take log on both the sides. Log z, capital log I power I base e. This is general log. General log is taken. So I times log I base e. Use the log formula for x plus iy. So if you compare here I with x plus iy, x equal to 0 and y equal to 1. So 1/2.
सर x 1 होगा ना?
नहीं, x plus iy, real 1, real 0, coefficient of y is 1. यहाँ पे लिखा है clear cut. So 1/2 log of x square plus y square plus I times general log is taken. So 2n pi plus tan inverse y by x equal to I. This is log 1. So log 1 is 0 plus I 2n pi and tan inverse infinity. So pi by 2. Multiply by I. So it is I square. I square is minus 1 into 2n pi plus pi by 2. You can take pi by 2 common. So 4n plus 1 pi by 2 for n belongs to z. This is the value of log z. So therefore, capital log z base e minus 4n plus 1 pi by 2, taking anti-log. So z equal to, now this base is e, so e power minus 4n plus 1 pi by 2 for n belongs to z. So this result is proved. So this asked for 3 marks. Okay. So up to here, we discuss how to find the complex power, how to obtain the root of complex number, how to define the complex function, what are the elementary complex functions, how to separate into real and imaginary part, etc. And we deal some problem. Now let us move on the another topic, that because when you say any function of complex number w equal to f of z, then when we use the word the function, of course the further concept should be cleared regarding the complex function. In particular, suppose some function is given of complex variable, then how to define its limit, because ultimately we have to deal with the calculus. So for calculus, we are having the cascade of the concept like limit, then continuity, then differentiation, then integration, and then its application. Okay, so the same thing you have studied for one variable, like the function of one variable f of x. Then you studied for the function of more than variable, so 2 variable, 3 variable, like this. In one variable, of course you have seen limit कैसे निकालते हैं, continuity, differentiation, integration. For 2 or 3 variable at most, derivative, partial derivative, then integration. For function of 2 variable, double integral, function of 3 variable, triple integral, and its geometrical aspect. So similar type of the concept we are going to define for complex function. So that will be the next topic. So let us see what will be the next part we are going to see. Have you seen this PPT?
Yes, sir.
Topic 4, have you seen? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Limit, continuity, differentiation दिखता है ना?
हाँ, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now we define for the complex function basic 4 concept: limit, continuity, and differentiation. Full mode दिखता है presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So first we define the limit of a complex function. What is the formal definition? First of all, So as you know that in real analysis or in 12th standard, any function f of x is said to tends to a limit L as x tends to a fixed value A. You can also denote it by the notation x tending to A, f of x equal to L, provided for given every positive small real number epsilon, if there exists another positive real number delta depending on epsilon, such that whenever modulus x minus a less than delta implies that fx minus L less than epsilon. This is what the exact definition of limiting process. Limiting process का मतलब ये होता है कि when your function fx which does not define at a point say x equal to a, and you need to find or somewhere when at exactly one point this is not defined, so value does not exist. In this case you have to take its limiting value. Limiting means that when x is taken closer and closer to a, then the value of the function should move closer and closer to some fixed value a, L. However, at exactly point a, the value does not exist. I will give a very simple problem so you can understand better that what we are going to see. Suppose you are having any function fx equal to, look at this, x minus 1 divided by x square minus 1. This function is given. Someone asks you that what is the value of fx at x equal to 1. At x equal to 1. Enrollment number 50, Raj Patel. Enrollment number 50, Raj Patel. Not present?
Yes, sir.
So what is the value of this function at x equal to 1? क्या होगा? Raj Patel? Absent. Okay, 39 number.
Sir, 58, sir.
हाँ 50.
Yes.
x equal to 1 के ऊपर इसकी वैल्यू क्या होगी?
Sir,
हाँ 58. जियान रंगरेज.
सर 0/0 फॉर्म होगा.
हाँ, यहाँ पे समझना है कि जब हमको पूछा है कि x इक्वल टू 1 तो इसकी वैल्यू आपको नहीं मिलेगी. द वैल्यू डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट. ज्यादातर हम लोग क्या करते हैं, जिसको पता नहीं होता है वो क्या करता है, इसमें से x² - 1 के 2 फैक्टर कर देगा और ये x - 1 कट हो जाएगा, तो इसका आंसर बोलेगा 1। लेकिन दिस इज पॉसिबल ओनली व्हेन x इज नॉट इक्वल टू 1। समझ में आ रहा है? तो एग्जैक्ट x इक्वल टू 1 के ऊपर उसकी वैल्यू नहीं मिलेगी। लेकिन व्हेन x इज नॉट इक्वल टू 1, इसका मतलब कोई भी हो सकता है कि x इक्वल टू आप ले लो 0.99999, इस तरह से चलता जाएगा। तो यहाँ पे इसकी वैल्यू आएगी fx की नियरर टू 1। So when at exactly 1 point the value does not exist, you have to find the limiting case. इसी तरह से एक स्टैंडर्ड प्रॉब्लम भी है हमारे पास कि वैल्यू ऑफ sin x upon x at x equal to 0 does not exist. It becomes 0 by 0. But when you take x is closer and closer to 0, then the value of x is moving closer and closer to 1. So this one is called limit of the function. Exactly same way, when the given complex function f of z, which does not assume the value at some complex number z equals to z naught, in that case you have to find its limiting value. So this is called the limiting process. Again, the how to find the limit, that we'll see laterly. But what is the exact formal definition of this limit function? Limit of a function. So let us see, it is the analog definition of the complex and real system. A function w equal to f of z is said to tend to limit L as z approaches to z0 if for every epsilon greater than 0 we can find a real number delta greater than 0 such that fx minus L less than epsilon whenever 0 less than z minus z0 less than delta. In this definition, what it indicates here, the value of modulus z minus z0 must be greater than 0. It could not be 0. It could not be 0 because value of z is different from z0. सर 0 होगा तो क्या होगा? तो अगर ये 0 होगा तो आपको लिमिट फाइंड आउट करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. You don't need to find the limit. Function itself define at that point and you will get the value. But if it is undefined, then you have to find limit. So यहाँ पे here fx minus L less than epsilon. So this is the formal definition. We are not going to deal this definition for the solution of the problem. Let us interpret it first of all. What does it mean by? If we recall the definition of geometric property of the complex number, then modulus z minus z0 equal to something r. So what this represent? 70 number, Jaydev.
Yes, sir.
What it represent? Z minus z0 equal to r.
Z0 is point and R is radius.
तो ये क्या होगा? दिस इज सर्कल, ठीक है, विथ सेंटर Z0 and radius R. So if you draw this circle, just we try to understand what we are going to. So this is the circle, center Z0 and radius R, exactly equal to 1. So in other way, Z minus Z0, it is distance between Z and Z0. Clear this one? Means if Z0 is a fixed value, then the locus of this expression is the set of all points Z which is at a fixed distance R from Z0. So it defines the exactly circle. Now in this definition or in this expression, if I'll replace this equal to by less than or equal to, so now it is all the points which are at a distance either R or less than R. So R or less than R means that you are having all this point. Is it or not? All this thing. So now what? So now it what represent? It represent an interior of this circle, including boundary. Boundary हमें include करना है. And if I remove here equal to sign and if I put only less than, then it is the circle with center Z0 including and all interior points. However, the boundary is excluded. So this is what the interpretation exactly होगा. तो वो circle सिर्फ होगा, less than or equal to होगा तो boundary plus interior part, only less than होगा तो only interior. इतना interpretation याद रखना है. Now if boundary is not included, then this type of the diagram or this type of the collection of point, it is called domain, or you can say open disk. ये डिस्क बनती है, ओपन मतलब उसका बाउंड्री नहीं है, ठीक है. If we include this point, then this is called open disk. If we consider an open disk, in which we do not consider the center, only this part. So center is excluded. Then this type of the disk, it is referred as punctured disk. There is a pinhole at the center. Okay, so this point is excluded. So I think now this is clear, the geometry. This is epsilon, so this is we referred it as a epsilon disk because the radius is epsilon, so this is also known as the R disk, means radius is R and center of course it is origin, or simply you can say epsilon disk, and this is called delta disk. Sometimes it is known as dilated delta disk. Dilated or punctured, both are same. The point is not deleted. Or it is sometimes known as neighborhood. N-E-I-G-H-B-O-U-R, neighborhood. The same thing those who have, if you have studied in 12th standard, this is called the Samipya. So for example, A delta neighborhood, so you denote it by NA delta, right? If A is not considered, then N star A delta. This is the concept of 12th standard. We are not moving in detail. Okay. So this is, so what is the conclusion? You understand? Now, let us see. That is, for every Z not equal to Z0 in the delta disk, deleted of the Z plane, मतलब Z plane के अंदर हम लोग एक delta disk ले ले, then Fz has a value lying in the epsilon disk in the W plane. Means that for given epsilon greater than 0, we must have some delta such that whenever you take any point here Z, then there must be some point corresponding to this Z. Suppose this is epsilon disk. So now this center is L. So if this is the point, then there should be some point whose image lies within that point. And the limit of the function f of z in symbolic as L, it is denoted by this notation. So you can see this diagram. This is what the delta disk Z0. If you take any point here, then there should be an image of the function f of z within this. So if this is the case, then you can say that limit z tends to Z0, f of z equal to r. This is a symbol. Means whenever you approach z to Z0, the function will approach the value L. Now with this one important notes you remember in case of the limits. Look at this. In ordinary calculus, for the function of one variable, x approaches to x0 only along the line, whereas here z approaches to Z0 from any direction of Z plane. What do you want to say? If you recall the limit, then when you say x tends to a for the function of one variable, so what does mean it by x tends to a? x tends to a का मतलब क्या हुआ? तो x की वैल्यू a के नजदीक जा रही है. x is moving towards a. x tends to a means x is not equal to a, different from a. Now what do you mean by x is different from a? 27 number. 27 number. Absent?
Yes, sir.
हाँ. What do you mean by x is not equal to a का मतलब क्या होता है? x की वैल्यू x at a नहीं है. So there are two
Yes, sir.
possibilities. Either x
X
is
A पर पहुंचेगा ही नहीं कभी भी.
greater than a or x is less than a. Okay. In both the case, whenever x is greater than a or x is less than a, in both the case x tends to a. Now let us see how it exactly be. So suppose this point is a. Now x is greater than a means x will lie somewhere over here. And another possibility is x is somewhere here. So this is the case when x less than a. This is the case when x greater than a. Now from this point, if you move towards a, then x approaches to a in this direction. And from this position, x is approach to a in this direction. Both the case in which x approaches to a. Now if x is approaches to a from right hand side, so it is denoted by x tending to a plus. If x approaches from left hand side, then it is denoted by x approaches to a minus. a minus का मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि a x tends to minus a. a की वैल्यू ये है, लेकिन a से थोड़ी कम होकर फिर approaches to a जाता है. ठीक है. जैसे suppose a equals to 1. So here if you take x equal to 1.0001, then you can say that when x approaches to 1, then you can say that x 1 plus. और यहाँ पे ले लो आप 0.9999, then you can say that x tends to 1 minus. In both the case x tends to a. So what is the fundamental concept of the limit? That the limit of the function x approaches to a, f of x equal to L exists. Now there is a theorem. Double implies that x tends to a plus equal to x tends to a minus equals to L. So this is called RHS limit. This is called LHS limit. So in real number system, when you say that limit exists, or when you say x tends to a, then there are only two possibilities, either from x tends to a plus or x tends to a minus. There is another way, third possibility, 62, Syam Singh.
Yes, sir.
Is there is other third possibility?
No, sir.
Okay, because x is only you have to move on the bridge. So in both the case, In order to check, you have to this. But the scenario in the complex number is different. Look at this. Now you understand this first line. Ordinary calculus, x approaches to x0. एक ही जगह पे x0 लिखा है. Only along the line. Along the line मतलब दो तरह के हो सकता है. Whereas in complex, z approaches to z0. So what do you want to say? In complex plane, if you have suppose this point z 0 and this point is z, right? Someone stay over here. Now you are having the freedom in the plane. So you want to move from z to z0. So one can directly move in this way, right? Someone says, sir, I don't like this path. I have to move first downward and then I have to move then. Then this is also true. In this case also this guy goes to z0. Someone says, sir, I don't like this. I want to move in this way. Okay, no problem. This is also true. Someone say, no, sir, I want to move in this way. This is also so. Someone say, no, sir, I want to move in this way. This is also true. So now can you say how many possibilities when z approaches to z0 in a complex plane? Infinite possibility. Look at this. This is the different. However, in real number system only there is two possibility, either left hand side or right hand side. But in complex, when you say z approach to z0, there are infinitely many possibility. So what do you want to say? That in complex z approaches to z0. So you can see these are the various paths. That is just why I explained. This is z. You can move in by number of way. Now, what does mean the existence of the limit? This is the problem. So you can say that the limit of the function z tends to z0 f of z exists in L provided this limit is same, unique for all path in which you approach z tends to z0. Means z tends to z0, कोई भी path ले लो, the value must be unique. If this is exist, then you can say that limit exists. Otherwise, limit does not exist. I think the same thing you had proceed in limit for the function of two variable, in which you obtain two path limit along path 1, path 2. If both are equal, then you check another possibility, etc. like this. Okay. So the similarly here. Okay. Now there are some theorems of the limit. So we briefly take note and then I will take the attendance. Okay. So if limit z tends to z0 f z equal to L and limit z tends to z0 gz equal to m, अगर दो function की limit L और M दिए, so these are similarly concept that the sum of or subtraction of the limit of two function will be same as L, यहाँ पे माइनस आएगा, प्लस माइनस है, मतलब दो फंक्शन की एडिशन के सब्सट्रैक्शन के ऊपर आप लिमिट को स्प्लिट कर सकते हो. Second, for the product of two function, you can write the limit of product of this both value, means you can split the limit over the product of two function. You can even split the limit over the division. The condition is denominator is not 0. Then if there is some constant within the limit, you can take it outside where k is some constant. And this is important, that f z equal to u plus iv, then limit of z tends to f of z will be same as limit xy tends to 0, 0, u of xy plus I time limit xy tends to x0, y0, v of xy. So this is the function of two variable. This is the function of two variable. So limit of the function at a complex variable z will be same as the limit of the function of two variable. Clear? So in next lecture, we will define the continuity and so on.